Hey everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me and, participate in our daily trade review. It's Sunday night and, this is from Friday afternoon. A little late to the show, but getting after it nonetheless. I've been so busy with the GameStop videos in the comments, replying to all the comments. Thank you for your support on that. Appreciate you guys. Check it out if you haven't. But, GameStop is pretty slow and really has taken a long time to unfold, and I imagine will continue to take some time. So doing our day-to-day shenanigans, mastering the craft, if you will. And on Friday, we had a massive mover. AGMH, which had no news, was a Hong Kong stockaroni, if we see this here, yeah. And so, typically we don't like Chinese stocks if they have a catalyst, right? The only time we like them is when there's no catalyst. And, this is a really good example of it. We see the average day volume is 7.8 million, but the current day volume is 23 million. So you'll see the discrepancy there, right? It's multiple times higher than its average. And we're coupling that with a itty bitty market cap of just 4 million, which is 4 million up here at 9, not 4 million down here at 3, right? So you can see how that's growing as well. And then how do we identify it? Because it's not got a catalyst, so it's not on the news scanner. What? It's on our volume scanner the night before, going crazy. So we wake up in the morning, we see it, and, we draw out this nice trend line here to make sure that holds. We see it holding the 200, right? And then, we have our high from yesterday's after hour session, and then what was our pre-market high in the morning. So resistance turns into support, right? So we have our resistance here turning into perfect support here a little bit later on in the morning, and holding that level, right? Nice consolidation on this level, right, from our previous resistance, but also the 50 exponential moving average here, and nice break up, and then it does consolidate back down to those same levels, a little bit lower, the 200, breaking under VWAP too, false rejection, or false breakdown, I guess. But we have a nice downturn breakout here. So a couple things for us to take our entry on. First is that downtrend, which we see it break here, right? We also have, at the time, this was a bearish order block that turned into a bullish breaker block, right? We broke through, retested, and then no reversal here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're in anticipation of it, right? It does reject. And now that's kind of the bad thing here is we got stuffed, right? We took our entry on this candle, right? On all those things I just mentioned. Whoops. Right? So here's our entry. Because we're breaking this line, right? This is also a market structure shift. So it's like a couple things, right? Market structure shift, a bullish breaker block, and, there's our entry. However, our stop loss for this, because we do need a stop loss, is going to be below this consolidating support, which was our previous resistance, right? So it's a pretty important level for us. That's our stop, which holds, but, it just it was almost a red trade to start the day, and it actually ended up being our best trade, which is impressive. But if we could have waited and maybe picked up off VWAP as a non-confirmation and put a stop below, I think that would have been better, or wait for the reversal, because we entered in without a reversal signal, right? We had our bearish signal set here and no bullish signal set. It almost did, but didn't, and broke down. And that's, a big reason as to why we want to wait for confirmation on that reversal. We see that here, and we have that basically consolidating in the same zone as before. So shaking a lot of people out maybe. Our stop loss is respected. We get a 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, and even a 5-to-1 here. So really nice trade. And then it doesn't break down too aggressively. It kind of holds and consolidates as we move back to VWAP. But at the end of the day, you know, this is a Chinese stock, no catalyst. There's no reason to come back to it. However, a lot of volume, and we can, you know, maybe see where the next week leads us tomorrow, as I'm not sure where the theme is going to be. And then we have ASST announcing acquisition of MSTR True North Incorporated, and appoints Jeff Walton as Chief Risk Officer and CEO of True North 3 days ago. It's old news. But we see it on the volume scanner from the night before, and then we have a reversal signal here, trying a key level breakout, but we don't get it. We need a candle to open and close above, but we see trend hold, which is really important on that 50 twice, bouncing up off it. And then when we break away from 21 is where we take our entry, because it's either going to reject VWAP and kick us out at a really nice risk reward, just putting our stop below that recent swing low. And then we don't have to target as high, and rightfully so, because if we would have, when we get a 1-to-1 and a 2-to-1 here, 3-to-1 doesn't fill. So if we would have waited, you know, until that confirmation candle right here, same stop loss, you know, then it's just a 1-to-1 trade, which still, I guess it would have worked out. That's still very good. It's just the difference between waiting for the key level or getting in before it. And so sometimes if it, like, I always am waiting for the key level if it's the first time, right? Like, this is why I'm not entering here, because we don't have it. But if it rejects it but still holds trend and attempts to retry, I'm willing to retry the second time as well, because, you know, if it had enough to hold and swing back for a second go at it, typically, you know, it'll get it. And then, so not really a great trade there. It's good enough. It's a Friday, you know, take it easy. And then we're just watching this go absolutely bonkers. And as soon as I seen this, I was like, you know what, I don't really want to trade much today. I'm going to take it super easy. This went from $2 all the way to $9 in just like 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Massive social media pump here, off of pretty decent news. But, you know, this could have trended maybe all day, but because the massive pump, it eats the order book, and then there's no buyers and it's all sellers from there. And, you know, to swing back is like such a hard feat to do. And, you know, it really is a round trip here, which is brutal. So I hate social media pumps. I try not to get involved with them. And if I'm ever in a mood, because, you know, the news pop was here 3 minutes before the social media pump hit. If you're in it, just sell it. Don't, you know, ever buy into the hype there, right? So, you know, private placements, which was a massive runner from the day before. You hear me see all the time, private placements hit different. And, you know, here's just another example, right? And we also have that Bitcoin Treasury, which has been relatively hot. So the algo's ready to eat it up. And then the social media pump sets it on fire. But it does, because of that, burn down. And then WLDS was the last stock I really tracked for the day. Emerging as a leader in AI, bringing powered wearables to the market the day before. Because I had some news and didn't really react, but, you know, really running in pre-market here and into open, but, you know, did die. I don't really like the company, but, you know, it was running. It was on the volume scanner, and it was a Friday, pretty slow day. Was there even any news runners? You know, I kind of check out on Friday after I've had a good morning. QLGN, an investment, which is good, strategic investment. 400 million funding, which is great, and then just a merger, which is whatever. Speaking of the general market, though, the whole quantum field was up. RGTF 15, Qubit 26, QMCO, sorry, 40%, which is still has a lot of room, I think. QBTS 12%. You know, the whole Shebang is up, and maybe like MLGO is China, right? So is Holo. We don't really care for the two of those, or they're different. So is WIMI, actually, on that note. But the rest of these we like. Maybe we don't like this one too. That's minus 30% is huge. So check that out. But the rest of these, really great quantum names, and just absolutely ripping. So on the longer term portfolio, this is looking pretty good, 68% since our ad, which is nice, not bad. And quantum was so good to us last winter. Like, we absolutely killed it last winter. And I thought we would retrace and I would reload, but a little bit distracted. We didn't get in as much or as early as we'd like to. And all of these companies are just like super squeezing to all-time highs here, which is, something we're going to continue to watch in the coming weeks. So quantum's really, really hot. QMCO lagging the most. Obviously, this isn't all-time highs. This is still down quite low in comparison to where it was. So maybe check that out. Quantum Corporation, QMCO, was really, really kind to us last year. A little bit more fragile than the others as a company. Their financials and stuff aren't that great. So, but look at the volume coming in, and maybe that's going to continue. So all eyes on that and the rest of the sector there. SPY is all-time highs. Is it ever going to come down? At some point, I don't know. It's like a running joke, but here we are, and day by day we continue just to get after it. And even when we do see a retracement, it's like it's eaten up immediately, like within that very same day, right? Which is pretty aggressive. Like even very same day, eat back up. Like here was a couple days. That's just a few retracements, and even then we've not had one in a little bit. So how high do we go before we hit a major retracement? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. A short day on Friday, and a quick video here for you guys. So not much to cover. Just chasing that high volume China name on, and then typically on Friday, those are good days for that when the market's slow, because everybody's looking for something to trade, and there is nothing to trade, right? Everybody's already on holidays for the weekend. So sometimes those work out. Typically, I'm avoiding China stocks, avoiding penny stocks, but hey, you got to go fishing, right? Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon in the next. Take care.